Hi everybody, welcome to the Cornwall Public Library. So sorry that we can't do our story times right now, but we thought it would be fun if we could do story times through a screen. So I'm gonna read some stories, we're gonna sing some songs, we're gonna have some fun, and you get to relax at home while I read you a story. Does that sound good? All right. So, as normal, we're gonna start with our hello song. Do you guys remember how to do our hello song? We've got 2 wavers, right? And we've got to warm them up. So can we wave them way up high? Good job. And can we wave them way down low? Excellent. And to this side. And then we're gonna go to this side. Good job. Can you do a great big wave like that? And little itty bitty waves. Excellent. Good job. Okay, I think we're all warmed up. Here we go. Hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. Yay, good job, everybody. Hey, remember our other hello song? I'm gonna ask you a question, how are you? And you're gonna shout, good, good, all right? Here we go. Good morning, Storytime friends, how are you? Good, good. Good morning, Storytime friends. How are you? Good, good. It's time to start our day. We are here to read and play. Good morning, Storytime friends. How are you? Good, good. Hey, good job, everybody. Well, today I picked out stories that have to do with spring. And my favorite thing to do in the spring, absolute favorite thing to do in the spring and in the summer and even into the fall is to garden. So our first story today is one of my favorites. It's by Candace Fleming and it's called Muncha, Muncha, Muncha. And we've got some really rascally rabbits in this story that do a lot of munching. So I need your help reading the story. Every time I get to the words muncha, 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 I need you guys to help me and say muncha, muncha, muncha. It helps to do it with your hands too, okay? All right. Here we go. For years, Mr. McGreely dreamed of planting a garden. He dreamed of getting his hands dirty, of growing yummy vegetables, and of gobbling them up. Do you see Mr. McGreely right there in his house? He's very excited. But he never once tried it. Until this spring, said Mr. McGreely. This spring, by golly, I'm going to plant a garden. Great idea. So he hoed and he sowed and he watched his garden grow. Lettuce, carrots, peas, tomatoes. Yum, yum, yummy, said Mr. McGreely. I'll soon fill my tummy with crisp, fresh veggies. You know, there are other people watching. Do you see these 3? They're watching too, aren't they? But one night, when the sun went down and the moon came up, 3 hungry bunnies appeared. Tippy, 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 pat. Ready? Muncha, muncha, muncha. Uh-oh. The next morning, when Mr. McGreely saw his gnawed sprouts, he was angry. So he built a small wire fence all around his vegetable garden. There, he declared, no bunny can get into my garden now. They're watching, aren't they? And the sun went down and the moon came up and tippy, 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 pat, spring hurdle, dash, 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 muncha, muncha, muncha. Oh, the next morning when Mr. McGreely saw his nibbled leaves and gnawed sprouts, he was really angry. So he built a tall wooden wall behind the small wire fence all around his vegetable garden. He huffed. Those flop ears will never get over it. Nobody can get into my garden now. Well, that's quite a fence, isn't it? Do you see them right here? They're watching. And the sun went down and the moon came up and tippy, 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 pat, dig, scrabble, scratch, 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 spring hurdle, dash, 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 muncha, muncha, muncha. The next morning when Mr. McGreely saw his chewed stems, his nibbled leaves, and his gnawed sprouts, he was really angry. So he made a deep, wet trench outside the tall wooden wall behind the small wire fence all around his vegetable garden. Ha! He snorted. Those pufftails can't get under it. They can't get over it. Nobody can get into my garden now. See that big trench? It's filling it with water. But who's watching? Do you see it? Let's see what happens. And the sun went down and the moon came up, and tippy, 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 pat, dive, paddle, splash, 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 dig, scrabble, scratch, 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 spring, hurdle, dash, dash, dash. Ready? Muncha, muncha, muncha. The next morning when Mr. McGreely saw his chomped blossoms, his chewed stems, his nibbled leaves, his gnawed sprouts, he was furious. So he hammered and blocked, sawed and stalked, drilled and filled and trapped and locked. He built a huge, enormous thing before the deep, wet trench, outside the tall wooden wall, behind the small wire fence, all around his vegetable garden. I've outsmarted those twitch whiskers for sure, he exclaimed. They can't get through it, they can't get under it, and they can't get over it. Nobody, no way, no how can get into my vegetable garden now. Watching. What do you think's gonna happen? And the sun went down and the moon came up and tippy, 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 stop. The three hungry bunnies looked and smelled and touched the huge, enormous thing before them, and tippy, 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 pat, the bunnies hopped away. He was successful. The next morning when Mr. McGreely saw his untouched vegetables, he was happy. I beat the bunnies, he whooped, and did a jiggly wiggly victory dance. Then he climbed over, jumped across, squeezed between, and crawled under until he reached his vegetable garden. Ah, sighed Mr. McGreely, at last, smacking his lips. He picked and pulled up lettuce, carrots, peas, tomatoes, and with his basket overflowing, he reached inside for something yummy. Now, do you see what's happening in the pictures? What's happening? Who went into the basket? Uh-oh. Ready? Muncha, muncha, muncha! Oh no. The end. But look at, if you can't beat them, join them. They left him one carrot at least. Poor Mr. McGreely. Those silly rabbits. All right, should we get some wiggles out? Okay, so everybody get up. We're gonna do our stretches, okay? We're gonna stretch to the windows. Oh, good job. And then we're gonna stretch to the doors. Oh, excellent. And we're gonna stretch to the ceiling. And then we're gonna stretch to the floor. Oh, that feels so good. Okay, can everybody find their heads? Good. Can you find your shoulders? Excellent. Can you find your knees? You got them. And one more. Can you find your toes? There they are. Good job. We can do the next song. Okay, here we go. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Yay, good job. Should we do it a little faster? Do you think you can do it faster? Okay, ready? Here we go. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Yay! Good job. I bet you guys could do it even faster. Are you ready? Okay, let's get warmed up for this one. Okay, here we go. Lightning speed. Ready? Head, shoulders, knees, toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Woo! I'm exhausted. Oh my goodness. Good job, you guys. Way to go. Okay, clap my hands. Can you clap your hands? I stomp my feet. Stomp them. Big stomps. I turn myself around. Ooh, don't get too dizzy. I reach up high. And I reach down low. And then I sit back down. All right. My next story for you guys is called And Then It's Spring. I love this story because it's all about going from the weather we have right now, which is kind of mushy, to wonderful spring. And Then It's Spring. And this is by Julie Fogliano. So here we've got a house, and we've got a boy and his dog, and you notice everything's kind of white, isn't it? See how it's white here? And he's got a hat and a scarf. So what season do you think it is? I think it's probably winter. So first you have brown. All around, you have brown. See all the brown? And I love this. He's got a pet turtle. And if you look real close, the pet turtle even has a little hat on, which is fantastic. With brown. And then there are seeds. Dug a hole and put a seed in. And a wish for rain. And then it rains. And it is still brown, but a hopeful, very possible sort of brown. See that? And he's marked all the places where he's put seeds. Because you don't want to forget where you put your seeds in the ground. And oh, is that a little green? No, it's just a brown, sort of brown. And then it's a week. He's putting more seeds in, isn't he? And look at who's planting. The dog is digging a hole. I think he's going to plant a bone because there's a little bone marker there too. And you worry about those little seeds because nothing seems to be coming up, does it? And you think maybe it was the birds. I think all the birds came and took the seeds and that's why you're not seeing anything. Or maybe it was the bears and all that stomping, because bears can't read signs that say things like, please do not stomp here, there are seeds, and they are trying. And then it's one more week. Oh, it's taking so long, isn't it? And the brown, still brown, has a greenish hum that you can only hear if you put your ear to the ground and you close your eyes. Oh, look at what's underneath the ground. There are all sorts of things happening here. We've got lots of ants, and we've got a mole and a rabbit. But here's what's really important. Those seeds dropped some roots, didn't they? And then it's one more week. But look at his coat is off. It's getting a little warmer. And a sunny day. That sunny day that happens right after that rainy day. And you walk outside to check on all that brown. But the brown isn't around. And now you have green all around. You have green. Yay, spring. guys so much for coming and for watching our story time. We're gonna sing our goodbye song, okay? So can you get out your alligators? You remember, you can do a regular alligator, you can do a great big alligator if you want to, or you can do little baby alligators. You get to pick, okay? I'm gonna just do a regular alligator this time around. Maybe I'll change it up next time, okay? See you later, alligator. Bye, bye, butterfly. Give a hug, ladybug. Be sweet, parakeet. Blow a kiss, jellyfish. See you soon, raccoon. Take care, polar bear. Out the door, dinosaur. So long, King Kong. Bye, said the fly. Good job, you guys. Bye-bye. We'll see you real soon, okay?